Recording in progress.
Welcome, nerds, to the All Things Nerd podcast, your weekly dive into all things nerd. Chad, I hope you had a good week. And with that being said, let's do some housekeeping. But before that, cheers.
Cheers. Nerd. Okay, yeah, so for housekeeping, just like always, if you're a fan of the show and would like to subscribe and be a premium listener and subscriber, head on over to buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd. It's a monthly subscription. There's different tiers. You can get some member exclusive merch, behind the scenes, bonus episodes, interviews with no ads throughout, which is pretty rad. You also get access to our pre-show warm-up, which is a fun time where we have a drink or two and talk about stuff that not always the most qualified to talk about, but piques our interest. This week, we talked about the potential of parallel universes and things
Only
like that.
because there has been a discovery.
Of a potential parallel universe.
Listen up, we'll tell you more about it. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, let's hop into our again, that's buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd.
Yeah.
Let's get into our first topic.
We are going to talk about Secret Level on Amazon Prime. We're going to talk about episodes 7 through 15. We will not talk about every single episode. We don't have the time for that. But we can talk about the ones that we liked and the ones that we didn't. What do you think? What's your favorite one? And if it's the same one that I mentioned to you earlier, I'm going to punch you.
Well, no, because last week you didn't watch all of the first 8. You'd only watched the first 6. So I still think from the second batch, from what we've talked about, it's either the Exodus episode, which is the one where it's kind of Interstellar-esque, or I still really, really enjoyed Armor Core, which is the one with Keanu Reeves.
Oh, that was at the end of the first...
Yeah, but that was episode 8, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What about you?
My favorite of the new batch of episodes that came out was the pirate episode. I don't remember what it was called. I assume you're looking it up right now.
Yep, because I forgot to do that before we started. What up?
The pirate episode. I thought that one was really fun.
Concord.
What was it?
Concord.
And I really, really enjoyed it, but it was only like 7.5 minutes long. The Mega Man episode. It was really cool, but right when it started to like do something cool, it ended, and it was like, but why?
Yeah, that is how I think we both felt about the Dungeons and Dragons one.
Mm-hmm.
Which surprised me as to how much you liked that.
Yeah.
Just because you're not an avid player like I am. But it was still cool. Yeah. I was really bummed about the Mega Man one because you were so hyped about it. And I was like, yeah, let's go. It's gonna be sweet.
Fucking 7-minute long fucking episode is like, God damn it. Like, come on.
And like it is like the origin of origin stories. Also, take note, movies, if you're going to do a rehashed origin story of a character that we all know, you only need 7 minutes to get us hooked.
Yeah. Ugh, whatever.
I also really like the Honor of Kings episode, which was episode 14.
Oh yeah. That was the
where they
one.
play like the Chinese chess. It's
Yeah,
I don't remember the name of the actual game, but
yeah.
that was
That one was cool. Yeah.
because then at the very end it like jumped back to the all seen person being like, okay,
Hmm.
this is how it's gonna go. Let's go.
Yeah, it was like, was that, wait, shoot. Was it? Yeah, that was the one because they show like his parents were fighting off demons and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was cool. That one was really cool. And that was actually a dope scene too, where I don't want to talk too much about this, but where his parents were like fighting the demons and like throwing the baby back and forth, like as
Yeah.
they were like, yeah, that was fucking sweet.
Like catching, rolling, swinging swords. Yeah,
Yeah, that
it
was a
was
cool
cool.
scene.
And then it's not actually based on a game, but the final episode of season 1 I just thought was a cool commentary on the pay to play, pay to win uh, game culture that's out there. You
Mm.
know, the Fortnites, the Call of Duty war zones, you know, things like that, where it's like, oh, if you do this, this, and this, you're gonna get cool stuff, and you're like, oh my god, I did so much. What did I unlock? It's like, you got burnt orange paint skin, and it's like, but I have orange. You know, like I thought it was very meta, but in a really relevant way.
Yeah.
What was your least favorite?
I the one that I asked you about, and I was like, was that supposed to be Temple Run?
Oh, the Spelunky?
Yeah,
You didn't
I
like
thought.
that one?
No, I thought that was lame.
Hmm.
Legibly. My dog has joined the party.
Jubilee has joined the chat.
They're
I
going to look at Christmas lights.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that the Spelunky episode, yeah, was definitely on the lower end for the second half, but I thought it was still fun and cute. I think it's more of like a younger age game. I've never played it.
I don't know. I thought it was Temple Run, so
Yeah.
or like Dora the Explorer or some shit.
I've seen like ads and deals and stuff like this on like game marketplaces for Outer Worlds. And I didn't know much about it, but I was I thought it was a good story, but it didn't entice me to want to play the game, which was
Mm.
episode 9. That was where like the kid that like was in love with the girl that went off world because she was smart, like
I
volunteered.
thought that one was cool. It reminded me of Alita Battle Angel.
I can see that.
I thought that one because then he like ends up like more robot than human at the end of it. Yeah, I thought that one was pretty cool.
The thing that bothered me was that he was unwaveringly honest throughout the entire thing.
Yeah,
And then at the end, the girl that he likes like cries to him, and then he starts lying.
yeah,
And I was like, that this entire thing was about character development, and then you threw it away at the last bit. Like
yeah.
that part bothered me
She was
the worst.
horrible, horrible. Yeah, yeah. But he's dumb because whatever. I don't want to.
Yeah, but also like an interesting take on like I don't know capitalism and selling your soul to
Hmm.
make money. What? Okay. Let's let's move on to a show that we're both very much enjoying.
Mm.
Surprising to me, you were stoked from the beginning. I was hesitant, but I'm loving it. Skeleton Crew.
Title views.
You motherfucker.
You motherfucker.
Oh, I see that the notes that I
Just
wrote
dead silence
are
for a second.
are great English writing. Oh no, I get it now. Spoiler alert: this is episode 4.
Mm.
Uh, it reminds you that they are kids first.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's what you meant.
Yeah. Again,
Yeah.
bad note taking.
It's okay.
But take it away, because you watched it first and you were very stoked on. You're like, oh my god, I want to talk about it. Watch it tonight, please. I want to talk about this. And I was like, tell me
Yeah.
something. And you're like, I can't. It's gonna ruin it.
Well, one of the main characters turns on the kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's Smee or SM33.
Yeah.
Uh, Basically, he was programmed, or it was programmed. Sorry, it was programmed to, um, if anybody started asking questions about Aden, to kill them. And the kids start asking questions about it, and he's like, and it's really cool because so far, we call him, Chad and I call him Smee. So I'm sorry that we keep doing that. SM33, which is Smee, Captain Hook's first mate from Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm gonna continue doing that, but now you know why. Smee has been this broken down, like half robot. There's like a animal living in his skull.
Yeah.
And when they start asking questions about it, about Aden, Smee like grows and like
Well, before that happens, he keeps for most of it. He keeps just responding with, "I ain't remember no Atten."
yeah, it's the name of the episode.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like throughout the entire episode, like as they're doing that, because they get coordinates to a planet that's like at Akron,
Yeah.
or something like that, and
It's like a parallel planet.
yeah, weird. Uh, until they
Because the
are
kids
like, oh,
actually think it's their home because everything is the same there.
yeah, it's just
Except it's all fucking beat up and broke down.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now you can go back to it.
Yeah, so when they ask Smee about Aten, it freaks out and is like, Captain told me if anybody asks about this, I should pull them apart, and then he attacks the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I have one really big question. Not really a question, but I want to know who the fucking captain is.
yeah.
Because we don't know a name. We haven't seen them, at least that we know of. And then you and I talked about it, and you had a theory that it was
Well,
the kid's dad.
I don't remember
Wim's dad.
which one of us was thinking whose.
Yeah.
Either Fern or Wim,
Yeah.
because we've
Interesting.
seen those parents. Like, obvious. I mean, we've seen Neil's parents, but it's not them.
That would be better.
That would be fucking wild.
They would throw you for a fucking loop. Neil might be my favorite character.
He's so adorably naive instead of annoyingly naive.
Yeah.
Wim.
I
They're
Women,
kids. I get it.
yeah.
They're
And
doughy eyed.
he gets it. That in this episode Wim kind of stops being a little bitch about it, and kind of comes around.
Yeah, because
But
Fern is like
I'm just a kid.
crying.
I'm not a captain. Yeah. Yeah.
And she's like, "You should have been captain." He's like, "You got us way farther than I would have."
Um, and also, uh, fuck me running.
That sounds difficult. Uh,
Mm.
I'm sorry. What? Uh, are you thinking of Jude Law, Jod?
Thank you, Jod. I
Yeah.
knew it was like God, but it was a different word, and I was like, what is it?
It's kind of like GIF
But
and
then
GIF,
but then
you
I
know?
brain farted on top of that and couldn't think of Jude Law's name. So I was like, yeah. I'm scared of my own screams.
My name's Michael with a B, and I'm afraid of insects. Where's the bee? There's a bee? Sorry.
Yes,
Fine.
he stepped it up. I've known that his character was gonna be, Treasure Planet, and that's just been pretty on point, but this episode was kind of like the the good guy part of I almost said Captain Planet, Treasure Planet.
They're all trees. Sorry.
Yeah. It was cool. He was like protecting the kids, which was nice, instead of like looking out for himself, which is
Hmm.
what he's been doing so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about the things that bothered us?
I only had two. Apparently, there's three. I didn't notice the other one until you mentioned it.
Meow.
Yeah.
Sorry. I heard it now that I have my headphones on.
I didn't hear it that time.
Meow.
Um, do we want to? I don't know. I don't know.
If without, it's not the actor's fault. I mean, also because this actor is a kid. But back to
Right
a
back to reality. Sorry.
like back in like the Book of Boba Fett when the the cybernetic modded people would do random like spins and then shoot, even though they would spin the opposite direction to not give them the advantage on a spin and shoot. There was a couple of things like that where this one character, instead of just opening a door, would jump, grab a handrail, and then kick open the door. Or to slide down a slanted floor, they took like a few steps uphill to jump and then slide back down. It's like you could have just walked. And then they're like, maybe I'll see you someday, and then runs away, and then front flips off of a rock, and then just
And
keeps
then
running.
keeps running. It's like,
It's like you could have just hurdled,
or just like not
done that.
jumped off the rock.
Yeah,
I mean, it was flat. You could just run around it. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, it was annoying, but
Just weird. A weird choice to add a little bit of like acrobatics.
Yeah.
Oh, whoop!
that deserves a drink.
It does. Huzzah! But the big
Right.
takeaway that we, sorry, do you want to go? You want me to go? Oh. The big takeaway that we really get from this episode is that Aten was like a part of a series of like trial planets. What does that mean? We still don't know.
Don't know.
Either one of our theories still stands.
Mm-hmm.
Rehash what your theory is.
I think that they are, basically like stormtroopers or part of the, uh, Republic or whatever
Empire.
help me out, Empire. Thank you. Um, and this is like a rehabilitation, like a second chance for them to live normal lives after being
Yeah.
pieces of shit.
Yeah. Argentina, if you will, in the 1940s. Sorry, two on the nose.
And yours was
Mine,
wrong, but what was it?
mine's like the almost the opposite of it, where it's like a recruitment for the First Order. Meow. For the First Order, which is kind of like the replacement for the Galactic Empire, but now they're kind of the rebellion. If you watch the new
Or, or,
Or it's just El Dorado.
or they're grooming them to become part of the empire. That's why the kids have to take that test.
Yeah,
Ooh,
like
that
it's like the parents have been recruited, and it's like a trial planet to build them into the
really
new
bad shooters.
the new
Yeah.
order, which is kind of what becomes it's like the new empire.
Hmm.
And then
But
somehow Palpatine was returned.
but for some reason, out of this series of planets, at Aden, where the kids are from, is special for some reason, and we don't know why.
Yeah.
Why? But Smee turns on them. Jod saves the kids from Smee. Um, Poor Neil. He has a heroic moment and then he faints.
Yeah.
I didn't notice until this episode because I think Neil is like the cutest. Like
Yeah, he's
I
got
said,
his little trunk and
he's a little elephant. If you don't know what I just did, I pointed it to a tattoo of mine. You'll have to go check it out on YouTube. But um, I think he's adorable, and I didn't notice until this episode. He has hair. He has a little like parted,
yeah.
like blue hair. I
Same.
didn't notice it until this
Same.
episode, and I was like, "That's adorable." Like, what the
Oh, I love this character. He's
fuck? He's so funny. And then when they were like, when he's scared, his trunk started like quivering. Yeah, dude, he's my favorite character. He's the best. I thought Smee was gonna be my favorite, but fuck Smee.
fucks
Fucks me.
fucks me.
Fucks me. Fuck me.
Title of your sex it. Fucks me.
I don't have a good transition here. Not after that.
That's why I let you keep like talking because I was like, he's got a plan. He's got a plan. Oh no,
I don't.
Okay.
I fucking don't.
Cool.
We're gonna talk about our title sponsor number one, Crybaby Craig's hot sauce. It's a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes on practically anything. Listen up, and we'll tell you
Sorry.
more about it.
Captain Kirk.
I don't know what happened there.
Hey, you nerds. Do you love spice? Supporting small businesses? What about enhancing the flavor of your favorite foods? If you said yes to any of those, our good friends over at Crybaby Craig's have the perfect solution for you. Crybaby Craig's is a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes perfectly with your favorite foods, adding the perfect amount of spice and enhancing the flavor of everything it touches. Started in Minneapolis by Craig back in 2012, Crybaby Craig's has become a Minneapolis and Minnesota staple in the sauce world. So head over to crybabycraigs.com and order yours today.
All right, friends, it is time for Trivial Nerd Suit. This week's question is for Chad, provided by Jake. That's me. If you would like to submit a question to try to stump one of us, reach out to us on our website over at www.allthingsnerdpod.com/trivial nerd suit. Sorry, my eyes are so bad. Let me check. www.allthingsnerdpod.com/trivial nerd suit. And use the contact form. Just mention who the question is for. If you want to try to stump Chad, reach out to me. If you want to stump me, reach out to Chad. It goes through a third party, so we cannot cheat. Do
Yay.
that right? Yeah. Okay. Chad, are you ready? Chad, are you ready?
I am.
All right. Here it comes. Did you get it?
Oh, fuck me, bud.
What was Mario's original name before being renamed Mario?
Mm.
And I mean this as in like For our listeners, not for you, I know you, but like Super Mario,
Yeah,
like
like
Nintendo. Yeah.
Nintendo's Mario. Oh fuck! I know that I know this, but I'm drawing a massive blank. Give me give me a couple of seconds, and then I want the hint. But
Okay.
give me a moment to see if I can
Okay.
pull it from my memory. Nope, it's not there.
This is the main thing that you do as Mario in the game.
Well, there's a few things. Um, you jump, you run, you stomp on Koopas,
Those are all things that you do as Mario. Yeah.
you save the princess.
Yeah. You also do that.
The main. This is gonna sound weird because this is like a kid's game, but you also jump through pipes. Pipe jumper.
No.
Piper.
Nope.
Koopa Slayer.
Nope.
I've guessed so many times and I've been wrong every single time. What was
Uh,
his original name?
Jumpman.
Fuck me. Fuck, that's so dumb.
Oh man.
That's gonna really.
But just for fun, just for like
It's gonna be a circle because of my honorable mention later.
just for the fun of like this game that we play here, I'm gonna give you a little bit of information on this. It's real quick. The original name for Mario was actually Jumpman, which comes from the fact he had to leap over obstacles. The name Mario came from the landlord of the building where Nintendo of America was located, whose name was Mario Segale. I think I said that right. I'm not sure if I did.
That's very frustrating. I'll
Yay! I gotcha.
I'll circle back around to why that's so frustrating uh, during our honorable mentions at the end of the
I think
episode.
everybody can guess why, but yeah, okay.
It wasn't because I watched the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh,
There's
did
more
you?
to it.
Oh, okay. Oh, you bought the game. Oh, your
No,
camera did the thing.
I was closing out of the chat, so I'm hoping that's why.
Gotcha.
If it does it again, you let me know. But let's get into some nerd news. This week, also, so everyone knows, there will not be an episode next week in lieu of the holidays. We're going to be spending time with family. I will be spending time with friend. See how I did that singularly? Uh, no, but in light of the holidays, just with so much going on with everyone's schedules, we're not going to have an episode next week. I have friends coming into town. You have family to hang out with, spend time with. But
Yep.
on Christmas Day, this coming week, so the day that this episode drops, also happy
Mm.
holidays, everyone. And if you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. Nosferatu drops in theaters.
Hmm.
I want to see it so bad.
I want to see it so bad. I won't be able to see it on Christmas,
It might be
but
how I spend my Christmas.
before we record our next episode, which will be the week after
Yeah.
Christmas, That was my best Jim Carrey impression.
Yeah.
Uh,
So it'll be like the January 8th when the next
yeah.
episode comes out.
Uh, I will have seen this movie.
Yes, same.
I'm so fucking stoked about this movie.
Also, just because you're wearing the shirt, I'm going to take this next one because it's going to be very quick. Um, A Complete Unknown, the Bob Dylan biopic, Tomato Potato, starring Timothy Chalamet, comes out also on Christmas Day, and I'm also going to see that. I'm very
I
excited for it.
I think that movie looks really good. Here's the thing with me with movies like that is when I go to the movie theater to see movies, I'm expecting like a blockbuster. You know, I want to see explosions and all the fun stuff on screen. That's why I want to see it on the big screen. When it's biopic,
Hmm.
um, no offense to anybody that does those, it's not like top priority for me. And that sounds shitty of me being like not only a music fan but a movie fan, but like I don't know.
And a Minnesotan,
Yeah,
especially for this one. But
yeah. The last, I think the last one I saw. Well, I'll eat my words here because the last one I saw was Bohemian Rhapsody in theaters, and it fucking killed because of that. The ending of that movie was insane, and if you didn't see that on the big screen, you fucking missed out. But Bob Dylan also didn't have
I
that
missed out.
fucking energy that Freddie
Yeah.
Mercury had, so I don't know if it would be as big of a whatever.
Yeah,
I'll
but
see it.
also the cast is stacked.
Yeah.
You know,
Ed Norton,
Ed Norton. Oh my goodness. Who?
Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, but
I got you, bud.
who's playing Johnny Cash?
Boyd Holbrook.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
he looks great as Johnny Cash too.
Yeah. And then, oh God, the girl she was in Bike Riders with Austin Butler. Shit.
The same. She was in Free
Oh no,
Guy also.
no. I'm wrong. Elle Fanning is in this one.
Ah,
My bad. My bad. Anyways,
it
I'm
looks
sh
really good.
I'm sure it's
I'm
gonna be
excited for it.
fantastic. Timothy is Timote, however the fuck you say both his first and last name. God only knows.
I don't think he knows.
I don't think he does either because I've heard him in whatever. I don't care. What's it call him? Tim, and last name Tim Shall. We're just gonna be like Tim Shall. That's his new. Instead of going through this fucking song and dance we do every time we talk about a movie he's in, it's just Tim Shell. You got to remember that for me because I will not.
I
uh,
got you. I think.
all right, the big one is James Gunn's trailer for Superman dropped. And if you know, or if you listen to us, you know that we have been skeptical about this. And without a doubt in my mind, this movie is going to be phenomenal.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that I don't have qualms. I always have qualms. That's what keeps us interesting. But this movie looks so fucking good. Oh man, I'm not I'm not one of the Schneider, so I think people are calling them Schneider writers. Like
Uh,
they're like the ride or die for Schneider's
yeah.
universe, and like they were never going to give this movie a chance. We have said from the beginning we want this movie to be good.
Yeah.
I don't I don't care who's in it, who's directing it. I just want a good Superman movie. although I love Henry Cavill as Superman, okay, that doesn't mean that we're shutting anything down for any other potential Supermans. So,
Right.
uh, and this trailer looks so fucking good, dude. It looks so good. I watched it like 10 times in like all probably like back to back almost.
I've watched it on my phone 3 or 4 times. One time connected to a car stereo so that it's more booming.
That
I've
was with me.
Yes, it was. I have watched it in my office here on my computer with my studio monitors, like professional grade recording speakers. I've watched it on my TV with my Govee lights going. Like I have watched it as bare bones to as extreme as you could, and every single time I've had chills. It
I'm a
looks so good.
I'm just a Superman fan. I mean, Superman's always been, since I was a kid, my favorite.
Yeah.
So I just want good Superman shit. This looks insane. We got kaijus. Uh, and this is also where in the past couple of weeks where I've also expressed a little concern is that this is supposed to be a Superman movie. So we're gonna get into my qualms. I got to talk about this for a little bit because,
Yeah,
you
this
know,
is the last thing that we intentionally left out nerd news so that we could spend time on this.
yeah. Um, this is what we mentioned the past couple weeks is that we were worried that the cast is a little too stacked for this to be a Superman movie and not like a team up movie because we have Superman, we have Crypto, we have Lex Luthor, we have Hawk Girl, we have uh, Guy Gardner, which is a version of
Yeah, he's a
Green
lantern.
Lantern. Um, you can chime in any time here if you want.
Metamorpho,
Metamorpho, Brainiac. Allegedly, we didn't see it in the trailer, but you know, Mi
Supergirl showing up.
Supergirl, Mr.
Yeah, Mr.
Terrific,
Terrific.
Mr. Terrific. Who else? I know I'm missing
Well, we
somebody here.
are gonna get flashes of like Smallville, Clark.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
But it's so many characters to jam pack into a s- the first Superman movie that we're getting. And I think what he's going for here is kind of like how in Civil War they just like threw Spider-Man into the mix because they're like, we already know the origin story here,
yeah,
right? We
he's been
don't,
doing it for 6 months already.
yeah,
Yeah,
we don't need to like do a whole movie to show you how he became Spider-Man, right? So I
yeah.
think that's what he's going for here. We already know it's been done over and over again. So he's already Superman. Lois, oh yeah, Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen. Like there's just so many characters. And I know my fear is that I know that James Gunn likes to make the background characters like super special
Yeah.
for his, you know what I mean? Uh and
He's
my
really good at making the
and he's
niche characters.
he's fantastic at it. He's really, really good at it, and I'm not knocking him for that at all. And I'm not gonna knock him about this because I haven't seen it yet. But my my worry is that he's gonna emphasize so much on these outside characters that we're gonna lose focus on Superman. It's Superman. It's not Superman and Friends. It's not a Justice League movie. It's titled Superman, and there's like 13 fucking different characters in this movie, and it's like, we losing? Are we gonna lose focus? And if we're not, the movie's only like 2 hours and 50. It's less than 2.5 hours. It's
Yeah.
like 2 hours and 15 minutes or something like that. So, are we gonna lose the storytelling in this because we're jam packing it with all these fucking characters, like I just feel worried. That's all. I
Yeah.
trust James Gunn. I know he makes good movies. I'm just slightly I
After
don't want to lose storytelling. That's all.
after seeing the trailer, I think I'm more on board and less worried than you are.
Hmm.
Uh, because since James Gunn is and Peter Safran is heading the DC universe, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's just going to be like an introduction to these characters for future. Like they're already
Yeah.
established. You know, that's he's already said like Superman's been established. The JLA is established.
Hmm.
So, and with Creature Commandos, you know, they've mentioned Task Force X, the things that happened in James Gunn's The Suicide Squad,
Hmm.
without being like everything that happened in that movie is 100% canon, just like some of the events, right? But so I think that he's I trust that he has a plan.
Hmm.
Before I was very worried, like you were, like, oh my god, there's so many people gonna be in this. The first live action
Yeah.
film of the DCU, and it's titled Superman, and we already know of 4 or 5 other fucking heroes that are gonna show up. But I'm hoping, and I trust that it's more of they're already established, and we'll
Hmm.
get to them later.
Eventually.
Not
Yeah.
everything needs to be an origin,
Yeah.
and I'm here for it. It
I'm
it
okay with
looks
that.
super good. Um,
Pun intended.
yeah, no pun very much intended.
I literally the trailer, there's a shot where Superman is saving a girl from looks like a I don't know, like an
Like a truck
explosion or
rollover.
yeah, a truck, yeah, and it's like launching like a bunch of like metal. God damn it, that shot. I told you about it already. You already know this, but our
Yeah,
listeners don't. And I was like, this is my favorite fucking shot of the whole trailer.
yeah,
Yeah, like holy fuck. I also think I'm wrong about that. Remember, I was like, I think this is Brainiac. I think it's Metamorpho.
yeah,
Yeah. He just looked very menacing, but what I remember when I was a kid and I read a couple, I won't try to pretend I read a bunch of this shit. But I read a couple Metamorpho comics and um they were very interesting. Very, very interesting. Um and but the in the trailer he just looked real menacing, and in the comics he doesn't look that way. So that's why originally I was like, I think that's Brainiac, but I don't think it is anymore. I think it's Metamorpho.
I can't take credit for this because one, I'm not as big of a DC and Superman universe, you know, connected characters fan as you are. But I did see online that someone like posted different pictures of Metamorpho from various comic runs, and
Hmm.
he still kind of has like that face
Hmm.
scarring swirls.
In some comics, in a lot of the comics, the ones that I personally have read, from like the chest up, he's like pale white, like the color of my shirt, and has like a purple arm on one side and like a gray arm on the other side. Like, so that's why I was like, oh, I don't know, it doesn't really look like him, but I
Uh,
think it is.
yeah, again, I'm just going off of what other people on the internet that are more invested in that have shared.
No.
Also, I like that because you know we've kind of talked about how like with the world climate and stuff like that, and something that Superman and Lois did really well, you know, by changing the truth, justice, and the American way to truth, justice, and a better tomorrow.
Hmm.
We we see in this trailer where it's very much like a war-stricken, not American-esque place. Um, and a kid is like hoisting the Superman flag and calling out for Superman. Like I like
Here.
that. That's very much. Um, oh yeah, I see that photo now. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like what he looked like, for me, like growing up and stuff. Not saying that that's not him. I'm sure it is actually.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah.
It. Um. Oh, that's weird. It popped up on two different places. It popped up on both. It popped up on both of my monitors. Ah. Uh, but I like that they're already establishing. He is a person or a hero for the world.
Everyone, yeah.
Yeah. And something that I read was that James Gunn was going to continue the no trunks look for the Superman suit, and
Oh, I
David
read this, yeah.
Cornsweet was the one that pushed for it because
Hmm.
he's like he's an alien. People are scared of his abilities, but he wants people to feel comfortable with him, so he mimics his look after like wrestlers, like
Hmm.
from the 90s
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And that's why he has the trunks.
I don't
And I think
I
that's
don't mind
cool.
the trunks. I mean,
They're
works.
they're iconic
Yeah.
in the fact that the actor that's supposed to embody and be Superman was like, we should bring them back because it makes sense for the character.
Yeah.
And the fact that James Gunn was like, yeah, you're right.
That you
That
know
makes
what?
sense.
That's
Let's
actually
go.
really cool because in the with Zack Schneider and Henry Cavill, kind of a similar thing happened where Zack Schneider wanted Henry Cavill to shave his chest, his body hair, like all of it. And Henry Cavill was like, "Nah, I'm not doing that." And he presented a issue of Superman to Zack Schneider and was like, "Hey, look, Superman has body hair. Clark Kent has body hair." And Zack Schneider was like, "Okay, we can leave it in."
Yeah.
So that's actually kind of cool. And I want to do this one thing, and we can stop if you want to. Um, for people who are like ride or die Schneider and Henry Cavill, because we were too. I love Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
always gonna
still a
love Henry
huge
Cavill.
fan of his.
Yeah, but a lot of people are like just hating on this because of that. And the thing is Zack Schneider and James Gunn are actually friends. They wrote James Gunn wrote Dawn of the Dead, the remake, and Zack Schneider directed it. They're friends. There was an interview where James Gunn was asked like what he thought of Man of Steel, and they were like, "Hold my beer, Zack Schneider," and James Gunn was like, "I wouldn't make him hold my beer. We would drink it together because I love Man of Steel." So if you're one of those people who's just like totally like, I'm not gonna like this movie just because of the Snyderverse, like, don't do that.
Yeah.
It's if you don't like it, you don't like it. That's whatever. I may watch it and shit on it right after we watch it and be like, you know what? This movie sucked dicks.
Yeah.
Like,
Or
I
it
don't know yet.
it didn't live up to the expectations, or
Yeah.
somewhere in the middle, whatever.
But don't make your mind up before you at least watch it. Give it a shot.
Especially when it's the first one. Like
Yeah.
if it was Superman 3 and the first two sucked, like sure.
Yep.
Looking at you, Venom. But
And we've said in the past that the like the Snyderverse, like they were hit or miss, like
yeah.
they put out a couple bangers and then they would suck. I was more riding Henry Cavill's jock than I was Zack Schneider.
Yeah,
But
his jock, it's like a cock, but it curves the other way.
So, um,
Sorry,
you
mom.
know what? I love Henry Cavill. So, I was definitely butthurt when he got fired. We have obviously re-recorded us being butthurt about him being fired as Superman, but after this trailer has been released and what we know that James Gunn can do, I have faith in this movie. I really, really do. And if just not that we're influencing the entire world here, I wish we were,
Oh, yeah,
but
we definitely are.
but give it a shot. Go
Yeah.
watch it in theaters. Give it its money's worth. And if it sucks, we'll talk about how bad it sucks. If it's good, we will definitely talk about how good it is. I want this movie to be good. I am a Superman stan. Dude,
Yeah.
it is my favorite. So,
Yeah. I mean, you named your son after
my
Superman.
son's name is Cal. Yes,
Yeah.
spelled with a K. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
And
wife pushed back a little bit, and I was like, nah.
you
And
don't
that's why I mean, and then
you
like
don't take this from me.
when we eventually do have another kid, um, when we eventually have another kid, I already told her like you can. I get like two vetoes, but you can steamroll that name
Yeah.
because I definitely steamrolled Cal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, just one last thing before we get into our next sponsor is crypto is just the best boy. I'm
Yeah.
that's all
I'm
I'm gonna
cu
say.
I'm curious if in how they're gonna do it in the movie, if they like put crypto in the pod with Kal-El.
We might not know.
Yeah,
I hope that
cause
they explain that.
yeah, cause like at least in Smallville. So sorry, Smallville is everything. Um, at least in Smallville, when they introduce crypto, it's because like they explain like that the people were like giving it kryptonite powers, right?
Yeah, they were experimenting with the kryptonite serum, and then
Yeah.
without the serum, then it just became a regular golden, and then they changed the name.
Mm. Yeah. To
Shelby.
Shelby. Yeah. So I'm interested to see if this, because clearly in the poster, crypto is like sitting on like the moon, looking at Earth with Clark, Superman.
Yeah,
So it
and he
must be
and he has his own cape in the trailer. It's cute.
little. It was adorable, but a little tacky. You could
Ye-
have just done like a red collar, you know,
Or like a bandana instead of like
something.
a full on
Yeah.
cape. Yeah, I get
Yeah.
that. Uh,
But yeah.
well, let's talk about our second sponsor. Uh,
What's
unless that's how I feel about it. But unless you have more that you want to talk about for this trailer.
I could go on for like 5 fucking hours about this. Keep going. You do
Okay,
your
yeah.
thing.
So sponsor number 2 is Raise Energy Drinks. 0 calorie, zero sugar, zero crash. Lots of great flavors. If you don't like energy drinks, they've got more to choose from: protein packed desserts, plant based options, supplements, all that jazz. Listen up, learn how to save 15%. We'll be right back with you to talk about Dune Prophecy. What's up, nerds? I wanted to take a minute and talk to you about Raise Energy, an incredible energy drink that provides max energy with zero crash. Raise Energy takes a giant leap of faith with instilling a high quality formula to bring a powerful yet sustained, energetic experience to help you push your workouts and focus to the next level. Perfect for anyone at any time, empowered by their refresh formula technology, Raise Energy delivers a performance enhancing energy drink that aids in multiple different categories that include targeted focus, better recovery time, improved clean energy levels, and a boost in stamina and hydration. But most importantly, every can of Raise Energy has absolutely 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 carbohydrates to give you a smarter and healthier option. So don't settle for an energy drink that contains more sugar and carbohydrates than you can count. Instead, head over to repsports.com. That's REPPSPORTS.com and use the promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout for 15% off your order. Or if you don't know what you want, go ahead and click the link that's in the description to get a $50 sample pack for free. All you do is you cover the cost of shipping. Again, make sure you use promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout to let them know that we sent you.
All right, friends, we are going to talk about Dune Prophecy. This is the last episode before the finale, and it has been renewed for season 2, which is awesome. Thank God.
Yeah.
That we don't believe in. But
Well, I mean, only because, 6 episodes is really short for like a single short run
yeah.
series.
Well, that's why I thought it was like a single run was because it was so short. So,
Oh,
yeah.
we differ.
But we we get some we finally know who Desmond Hart is. He's been this like mystery character that has come in since the very beginning and nobody knows who he is. He's got these powers that nobody understands. And we finally understand who he is. If you remember, like 2 or 3 episodes ago,
Yeah, it was episode
when
3.
episode 3, like I said, 2 or 3 episodes
Yeah.
ago, uh,
Sorry, I
uh,
was not meaning to
in a
correct you
in a flashback
for the listeners.
episode where Tula sleeps with or makes love to to somebody and then she kills all of his people, including him. Uh, Tula is Desmond Hart's mom.
Yeah. And the family that she slaughtered were the Atreides.
Because she's Harkonnen?
Yeah,
Yeah,
her and Valia are Harkonnen.
yeah.
And yeah, I mean that was like a very huge. Sorry, I don't think that sound ever comes through in the recording, but for our listeners, there's a weird high pitched like thing that comes through when we're recording. Sorry. The Atreides basically betrayed the Harkonnen family, and they've had a blood feud going forever. They killed Griffin, which was Tula and Valia's older brother, just feeling why they hate them even more. So she seduces the Atreides, sleeps with them, kills them all, lets one kid go, who then sires Kieran Atreides, who is the sword master for the Imperium, and also she birthed Desmond Hart. But in the Sisterhood, what they do is if they become pregnant, they strip the babies from them so that it's sisterhood above all. And if it's a female, they send them off to some place where they can retrieve them later. And if it's a male, they just send them off to exist, I guess, by the sounds of it, because he became like a soldier, went to Arrakis, and then was eaten by the worm.
Hmm.
That's a weird noise to make after.
I was trying to think of something super fucked up to say after you said that, and I was like, nah, it might be too graphic. So he's got these powers. We know he can like make people spontaneously come bust. And he makes a whole room of people come and bust.
In that order. Again, sorry, Mom.
I'm so sorry. This is a really good show.
It really is. And Throughout this episode, we meet Sister Francesca, uh, who is the mother of Constantine Carino, the bastard son of the emperor.
Snow. Yeah.
Yeah, and she used to be the truth sayer. I see what you did there.
I
Uh,
know. You just didn't acknowledge it.
I'm sorry.
Hurt my feelings.
I got you, boo. Um, is that better? Um,
Yes.
but Emperor Haviko, Mark Strong's character, is still truly in love with Sister Francesca.
Mm.
Like when she shows up, he's like, "I desire you. I can smell you."
I can smell you.
Um, and yeah, it creates like a weird dynamic. Jodie May, who plays the Empress, you would know her from like The Witcher.
Oh yeah.
She's been in multiple other things, but
Oh
that's the first thing
yeah.
that comes out of my mind. Notices that, and then she's like, "Hey, Desmond, what that
Let me
thing
guess. Let me guess someone of that diok.
do?" Really though,
Yeah.
like it
But
becomes a
it's
weird.
even before this episode, you could feel that tension because even Nicole called it like like last week. She was like, I feel like she wants to like fuck him, and I was like, nah. And then
And then
this
she did it.
episode, and I was like, and she was like, I told you, and I was like, fucking, god damn it, you know. So
Maybe she should be on the podcast.
probably, yeah. And I'll just be nanny dad.
Manny,
Manny, the Manny.
Danny.
Me, yeah, me and Justin Hartley will just.
That's a good callback.
Yeah, I do all right. That's why I'm on the podcast.
Uh,
Huzzah!
you re-earned your spot. Um,
This is my fucking idea, you asshole.
I, we talked about that earlier today. That's the only reason why I'm not arguing. But there's only one episode left of this season.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's been greenlit for a second season, but how do you think this is going to end? Because
I
they can't do
feel like
too much.
I feel
But
like
they,
Desmond is gonna overthrow the Emperor.
I can see why, but the Carino house is still the Emperor house when we get to Dune 10,000 years later.
A lot can happen in 10,000 years.
That's a very good point.
Yeah. You a very good
Fuck me, bud. Can you tell that we drink while we do this?
point. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
I think that it is going to be very much House of the Dragon season 2,
Oh, god damn it.
where it's going to they're beat us. They're very much going to ramp up.
What are you talking about?
Do I have to say it?
I have so much candy.
I know that you can't stop eating it while we're recording.
You were talking. I didn't make any noise.
I
You
would
said
too.
it.
Yeah, I think that it's gonna like ramp up, and it's gonna be the start of a powder keg.
Hmm.
And I think that that's how it ends. There's gonna be a couple of big things that happen, but not enough to be like, okay, so we're starting at this level for season two.
Mhm.
It's gonna be like, oh my god, shit just went down. Fuck, how long do we have to wait for this now?
I wonder if there'll be like a time jump. It'd be cool if they did like for season 2 if they like jump in time to like catch us up to like the movies.
Oh, feel like that's probably the only way that the show can continue past the season two
Hmm.
is a huge conflict. Find the resolution of that time jump next conflict because, like you said, a lot can happen in 10,000 years.
10,000 years is a long time, my guy.
I mean, we went from as humans, using bronze and stone to having computer chips that might have discovered parallel universes.
To having a caveman run our country. You know, it's weird.
Yeah, I mean, didn't have to say the quiet part out loud, but they're good at doing that too. So,
Let's move on.
okay. Also, Creature Commandos. The first installment of James Gunn and Peter Safran's DCU, the animated series of Creature Commandos, which is on Max. This is episode 4. And like we mentioned earlier, which gives us a little bit of hesitance for Superman, is that James Gunn is very good at making obscure side characters very likable and lovable. And this episode is very much about Weasel, which is
James Gunn's
intriguing.
brother.
Yeah, Sean Gunn has done a lot of CGI and motion capture for James Gunn, and he makes the little noises. But this was a fun episode. This is where we get the vision of the future of all the Justice League, like spiked on spires.
Hmm.
Um,
Vlad the Impaler.
yeah, very much Vlad vibes. Trademark. All things nerd. But also, we see that Weasel is also a misunderstood character. He's basically a humanoid dog.
Yeah.
He just wants love,
It was a weasel, Chad.
wants to play. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I get that. But I really love the show, and we start to see the fracturing of that core group. Basically, Rick Flag Senior being like, "I'm not here to be an assassin.
Hmm.
Fuck off." And we get a little bit more insight into the child-esque mentality of Frankenstein, which is always fun. It is. I mean, it's not the most dynamic of writing, but for the character, it's enjoyable.
Hmm.
Plus, David Harbour.
Oh, we met that guy.
Yeah,
It's very dark
Oh.
in here, but
doing this backwards. Oh
That's
yeah,
us.
yours is very dark.
yeah.
That's us.
I was just born that way, bud.
Woo! I mean, the episodes are short. This show, just like all the the Guardians movies, for the MCU, and even the Suicide Squad. Like the soundtrack is consistently great. Really enjoy it. Go watch it if you haven't. And also, if you haven't watched it, but you just listen to us talk about it for a couple minutes, like, do better. But now that we're done talking about it and we're going to close out the episode, don't go anywhere. Because we're going to close out the episode. Unless you have anything else you want to add.
But before we close out this episode, we are going to talk about our honorable mentions. Chad, what do you got?
Oh, so many things. Well, I've been watching Shrinking, each week. I did watch The Story of Nintendo. It's a documentary about the history of the Nintendo company, which is why, if you're still listening, if you go back to the Trivial Nerd Suit question, really bummed me out. That
Was it in there?
It it might have been, but I don't remember it, and that makes me upset.
Hmm.
I've been watching some Dimension 20, D&D live action, or not live action, live play, actual play, whatever. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, been rewatching that just as time filler, and I'm watching Arcane Season 2. What about you? Cool. Awesome. Well, I'm just kidding.
Fucking dog, dude. Holy shit. Ugh. She is just fart bombing my office right now. Jesus Christ.
I was gonna say what an asshole, but that would be accurate.
Oh, it's so bad. I've also been watching Shrinking. It's just like making my eyes water, bro.
I can see, I can watch your physical reaction to it.
Ugh.
I feel so
Uh,
bad.
I've also been watching Shrinking. Um, I've been watching Landman, which is
Mhm.
on Paramount Plus. It's with Billy Bob Thornton, Ali Larder. Um, I think it's really good. It's fun. It's gritty, bloody.
My dad
Just
loves the show. He was like, "Have you been
oh, he
watching it?"
watched it.
Yeah, he's like caught up, except for
Nice.
last week, and he was like, "Have you
Same.
been watching it?" And I was like, "No, but Jake has been." He's like, "You need to watch it. It's so good. Billy Bob's the
It is.
best." And I was like, "That's what Jake said."
It is good. I just love Billy Bob.
Yeah.
So I don't, whatever. I don't have like a huge hard on for was it Taylor Sheridan or whatever? He's got like a million shows out right now. He's also like the guy behind Yellowstone. I haven't watched any of
Oh
that.
yeah.
But that's who makes this show.
Hmm.
But I do really like this show. Um, John Hamm is also in it, and he's one of the main characters. Um, I've also been watching Arcane season two. I think I'm almost done with it. I have like two or three episodes left. And then, oh God, what was the other one? Oh no, 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 no. I lost it. There's something else. Something else. Fuck.
Okay.
God damn it. I can't remember. But those are the big ones, I guess. It's fine. We don't.
But you liked Tulsa King, Mayor of Kingstown,
Mayor, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sicario,
Tulsa,
Linus. Those are all
yeah.
Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah.
He's
Mayor of Kingstown is really good. And there's a new season and Tulsa King, and there's new seasons out of both. And I just haven't got around to watching it. Um, I just I have a hard time with Sly now that I know that he's
not great.
a fucking Cheeto gobbler. Um,
Oh, I love that phrase. Never heard it before, which is weird because we're friends.
so I'm just not super stoked about
that.
backing him up, I guess. But God, what was my other one? I had another one, and it's a really good one, and I really wanted to talk about it,
Was
but
it a
whatever.
holiday movie that you guys watched?
Oh yeah, red one. That's what it was. It wasn't that good. I lied. It was okay.
Oh
It
yeah,
was,
I lied. It wasn't that good.
I thought in my head, I was like, I feel like it was something really good. And then you're like, was it a holiday movie? And I was like, it was a holiday movie. Oh, it wasn't that good. Uh, it was okay. I mean, I enjoyed it. It's Chris Evans, uh, Dwayne Johnson as Dwayne Johnson, you know, J.K. Simmons. It's definitely not going to be like a classic holiday movie that
Uh,
you want to rewatch, you know?
that's fair.
Speaking of the holidays, though, since we're not going to be here next week because of Christmas, what are some fun holiday movies you're going to watch? I know one of them because you're going to watch it here.
Uh,
That's great, Chad. No, just kidding.
well, you always have to watch Die Hard, Elf, Violent Night, and I I just rewatched them last month, so I won't be rewatching The Lord of the Rings again. But that was always like my holiday times.
Not a Christmas
I
movie.
sure there's snow in most of them. It's about food and friends getting together. Okay.
Douche.
What about you?
The only ones I actually give a shit to watch are Elf. You have to.
Yeah,
It's I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about Christmas. I hate Christmas, in fact. But Elf is fucking hilarious.
it is.
Um, um, Violent Night has become a new favorite and a go-to. Which has been greenlit for Violent Night 2.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. But also Bad Santa. Just the first one. The second one was terrible. Again, I'm a Billy Bob fan. So,
Yeah, Bad Santa.
yeah.
And just out of nostalgia, probably I'll end up watching Home Alone 1 and 2. Just out of nostalgia, you know?
Sure. Yeah, you just really want to see Trump.
I we're not gonna get into how
Yes,
how
we are.
how he ended up in that movie. He filmed like 15 minutes of scenes because that was the only way that they would let him use the Trump Tower for filming, and then they cut all the scenes to where he's like, "Oh yeah, just down the hall."
That's funny.
Ugh. Well, thank you everyone for being here. If you like this, please give us a like, share, follow. You stop yourself. Also, check out allthingsnerdpod.com if you like the look of our website and you are in need of any sort of digital marketing. You stop that. Digital marketing, website design, anything, check out Marty over at Digicat Tech. We love him. Also, go check out Buy Me a Coffee. It's a monthly subscription, buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd. Jake, you are a bully. To the point where we're not even going to talk about our other podcast. We love you.
What? No, talk about the pie. I'm just giving you shit, dude. Come on.
Also, if you're a fan of Dungeons and Dragons or tabletop RPGs, check out the Kobolds in the Basement podcast. It's an actual play podcast hosted by myself. It's a good time. Thank you. We love you. This has been the All Things Nerd podcast. Jake's a bully.